Now, before oil, pearl diving was the bread and butter of the UAE economy until Japanese technology made cultured pearls the norm. Now, using that same Japanese technology, one pearl farm in Ras Al Khaimah is trying to revive the tradition and bring the UAE back to the forefront of global pearl production. Noni Edwards explains.
It was back in 2004, in the warm Gulf waters of Ras Al Khaimah, that Rak Pearls seeded its first oyster with a tiny bead and left it to grow into a pearl. Almost a decade later, the company is the region's only cultured pearl producer, and they're finally seeing the fruit of their labour. Historically, pearl production in the Gulf has been traced back as far as 6,000 years. Natural pearl diving was once the main income of many families in the region, but it vanished after World War I with the rise of competition from Japanese cultured pearls. Now Rak Pearls has adopted that Japanese technology of inserting tiny beads of mother of pearl into the oysters. The mollusks then naturally coat the beads with layers of the hard iridescent material that lines its inner shell. The oyster is then placed back in the water, and over several months the build-up of layers eventually creates what is known as a cultured pearl. The company now has some 40,000 oysters bedded down and recently held its first auction of cultured pearls at the Dubai Multi-Commodities Centre. The DMCC's Dubai Pearl Exchange has seen increasing volumes of pearls traded on its platform during the past 10 years.
In terms of value, it's been about a 25% annual compounded growth up until 2011, which is the last year where we have some information. And that's about $30 million worth of trade in 2011, vis-a-vis about $4 million in 2003.
The project is partly owned by the government of Ras Al Khaimah and expected to become part of the Emirates' tourism offering, as well as contributing to the food industry. Rak Pearls hopes to increase production to around 200,000 oysters in a few years and replicate the project in the warm waters of other Gulf countries. Noni Edwards, Emirates News.